Hello.
Hello. It's been a long time, hasn't it? It feels like a long time.
It does, but here we are again, which is a bit sad, isn't it?
It is, because I don't know, all of you who have seen the adverts, we have had to change it. We were planning on having live Messy Church, weren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this would have been your first
It would have been, yes.
Messy
I was
Church. We were
looking
going to have
forward to
a party and a gathering.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about food and sharing. But because of Christmas and the not such nice weather and all the things that, again, we're seeing on our news screens, and we've decided it's probably safer just to stay online until maybe Easter, and then maybe we'll have a big Easter egg hunt or something.
That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it already.
That would be good.
Yeah.
But we decided we'd do online, and we didn't want to have a party without you, so we're going to talk about, I'm going to call it the Epiphany. I bet none of you know what that means, do you? What does it mean, Anne?
It means revelation.
It does. It means one of those light bulb ideas that just happen and you think, wow, yes, I've got it.
And there was a big light in this story, wasn't there?
Big light. Now, you probably know that from the Nativity story. What was the big light, Anne?
It was a big star.
It was.
Big star in the sky. And some very clever people saw it.
Yes, and they visited. So these very clever people, these visitors, we know them very much as the three kings or the three wise men, but we're not really sure whether they were wise kings or men, but that's what our songs and our stories in the Bible tells us. So we'll call them three wise men today, shall we?
Okay, we'll call them three wise men.
All right then.
I'll call them three wise men. We think there was three because there were three gifts, weren't there?
Yes.
But he never tells us there were three.
I know what the gifts are.
Go on, what are they?
They're gold, they're frankincense, and they're myrrh. Now, you thought you had some of those, didn't you?
I did, but what I've got is something even better. I got, as a lovely Christmas gift, look, I've got this, which is gold, frankincense and myrrh, but it's a candle. Look, if I take the lid off, it's so pretty.
Careful.
Look, it's got gold on the
and
top.
I'll do the sniffing for everyone.
You're going to sniff.
Because it does smell. I think it probably smells of sort of frankincense and myrrh. It wouldn't smell of gold, would it? Because
no,
gold doesn't
but I think
smell.
that's the gold on the top. So I think there's gold on the top, and I think it
could be a bit of frankincense on top as well.
and sort of some myrrh. But it's the most beautiful. I haven't burnt it yet. It's a lovely candle. I'm going to save that for very special. I'm actually going to save it for a very special occasion. But it is gorgeous. So there we are. And it comes in a lovely gold pot as well. Look. And we know that they bought these gifts. Gold, frankincense and myrrh.
And that they came from the East.
Yep.
All these things you've probably heard in the Nativity story, but actually we celebrate it after Christmas Day because the visitors did come probably quite a time afterwards rather than a few days. But we don't really know that. No. So we celebrate it usually on about is it the 4th or 5th. I think it's the 5th. There we are. The
Epiphany is the 5th, and it's also the 12th night of Christmas. So that was traditionally
on the 12 days of Christmas. We're not singing that song today.
It was traditionally when people took their decorations down.
And we still do. I don't know about you. We take ours down on the 12th night.
I usually take mine down after. Well, you see, because this is still the feast of the Christmas.
Bella's having a stretch there.
Yes, we've got both of them. We've got both of them, and Bella is definitely snoring loudly today.
She's in a snory mood today, but there you go. So our story of the Nativity, we have three wise men that came from the East because they saw a very special star. We think of it as Jesus's birth star.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they followed it all the way to not the stable. They followed it actually to King Herod's palace
in Jerusalem. They went to Jerusalem first, and they asked him, where is this new king being born?
And of course King Herod was a very powerful man and didn't want to be challenged by a new king. So he was really interested, and he told the three wise men that when they found the new king to let him know. And the three kings went off, the three wise men went off, and they continued to follow the star.
To Bethlehem.
They did. And to a very, very run-down stable, because as you know, they couldn't even get room in an inn. They had to stay in an outhouse, in an outbuilding with the animals.
And they turned up and they had gifts. Now, they didn't seem to bring very practical gifts, though, did they? Gold was useful because that's money.
You could sell that.
But frankincense and myrrh, what's that about? They're not really helpful, are they?
Well, frankincense. Now, gold would have been the sort of gift you'd have given to Herod, the king.
Okay.
And frankincense would have been a gift that they would have used in a temple or a church.
Oh, like a priest would use?
Yes, to a god, you see.
Yeah, okay.
And if we think of Jesus as God's son. It
Yep.
was actually
A very-
a very good gift.
Yep, absolutely.
So they had gold for a human king,
Yep.
frankincense for a god, but myrrh was the odd one, wasn't it? Because
Well,
what did they use myrrh for?
Well, actually, they used myrrh on dead bodies. They used to cover them and sort of ointment them, put in the ointment like a cream on them.
And also, it's a very, very strong smelling perfume. And
yeah.
you know, they didn't have refrigerators
No.
or ice back then,
No.
so they would have covered the body in a very strong smelling
Yep.
perfume, and then they would have buried it as soon as possible. So it was associated with burial, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
And with
So,
death.
and so in some ways that was saying what was going to happen in the end.
And we know when we get to Easter that Jesus died for us all and rose again. So in a way, there was the reason for the gifts were very important. So they were giving to a human God, to a God, and to somebody who was going to die for us. They brought myrrh. So very important gifts, really.
But probably not at the time. You didn't quite know what they were.
I bet Mary and Joseph were a bit confused.
Yeah, they probably thought, do you know what? A baby grow would have been so much more useful.
Flowers, bottles of champagne.
Yeah.
That's what we normally give, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway.
Yeah, there we go.
It
So
is
the
a big part of our nativity story.
It is, absolutely.
And very important, because again, these were people who came from a long way away to worship a tiny little baby that nobody knew was going to be the saviour of the whole earth.
Yeah.
And we're going to make
a box. We're
We
going to make
are.
something where you could put something in. So a little.
Anne's done her blue Peter up a little bit. Anne, can't
Sorry.
see it there.
Here we are. There's
Get
a box.
closer.
Sorry, I didn't want to disturb Roxy.
No,
really,
she's
but
very good. She's made a box, and we're going to make a box
Here we are.
with a lid.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to
Yeah.
make the lid, aren't I? And
You're
going
making
to
the
make
lid?
the box.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. Shall we start our craft then?
We certainly shall. Yes.
Lovely.
So we've got some squares of paper, but all I've done is taken a normal A4 piece of paper. I've folded it across,
And you've made a square.
and I've made a square.
Oh,
by
she's so clever.
Cutting this bit off, okay?
That's
but
all
what
we've
I've
done.
that's all we've done. But yours is just slightly bigger.
Yeah, shall I put mine under yours
Yeah.
and you can.
we
There
are.
you go. So
I made one slightly bigger than the other, so that the lid fits on.
it's a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then it'll slip on without any problems, won't it?
Okay, so it's basically folding paper. We don't need anything else today. We're going to fold in half.
Right. I've got to follow Anne here. So if you've got a square of paper, you can follow Anne as well. There we go. So then what do I do? So fold in half.
Fold in half, nice strong, and
rub
then
along.
and open it out.
Open it out.
Turn
Yeah,
it round
got
by,
that.
and then fold it again.
Turn it round. Fold it again. And you've got to be quite precise with your corners, Anne.
It will help. Otherwise, you'll just have to.
We'll have a wonky
jiggle.
box.
You'll
will
we'll
we?
have to jiggle your box a bit.
A
Okay.
wonky box. Okay.
Fold
Open it up
open
again.
and then
This is called origami, isn't it?
it is. And then you fold the point into the centre,
Ah, point into the centre.
and then
yeah.
all the way round. So
you do them all.
You do them all.
Okay. As usual, mine won't be as good as Anne's because my points never seem to be quite so matched up as yours. My paper.
Well,
I don't think it's my fault. It's probably because I've got my glasses on, you know.
does help, doesn't it?
Oh, that's so much better. I can see my points now.
I've got Bella under the table, who I think's upset that we moved her. We moved her because she was making so much noise.
She was snoring way too loudly, so we moved her thinking that would quieten her down.
It hasn't. She's
And
come
now
back.
she's
Okay.
going to snore even more now.
Now what you want to do is fold one long edge to the centre.
One line. Now that little fold in the middle helps, doesn't it?
It
'Cause
does. You can
follow
see where
that
you're going.
in, yeah. Okay.
And then over the other side and do exactly the same. So you end up with a rectangle.
Slow down, Anne. I can't keep up. Right. So this one as well.
Yep, there we are.
Okay. Hang on. Like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Open it out
Open it up again.
Yep. and do it with the other long edge.
No. Oh, I haven't got any measures that way, have I?
Yes, well, almost. You've got the point in the centre, into the centre again.
Got you. Got you.
And into the centre.
Okay.
And now this is the bit. It doesn't
Right.
look much like a box at all, does
Hang
it?
on. I try and get it so precise and mine never work out very well.
It's
Right.
going to be
There
fine.
we go. Right,
Okay.
open it up again.
Open it out again.
Now,
Now you
it's
can
not a
see
box yet, is
it's
it?
not a box yet. You can pull this end, top end out,
Top end out like that.
and then you're going to fold it on this line here. I'm going
Right.
to say that. fold it up. Okay.
Fold it up
Fold
like
it
that.
up. Fold it up. Fold it up. Fold it up. Keep these bits up.
Keep those. What?
It's a bit of wiggly, but then you've got to fold this bit in
Oh.
and fold that bit in. You've already got the lines there. Okay, got it?
No, but I get there.
And then you fold it down.
So it just folds along the lines, but they just need to fold
Yep.
the opposite way, don't
Yeah,
they?
there we are. Pinch them in.
Okay, so now that should come, and then that goes down.
And then that
Like
flap.
that.
There we are.
Oh, that does fit. Look, fits very well. And the same on the other
The
side.
same on the other end.
So what I found easy was just making sure that these were just folded the other way, so that they fold a bit more naturally, because they're sort of the way they've been folded, it's the opposite way, isn't it? Oh, actually it's probably not on this side, it's the other ones, isn't it? Okay, so those now go in, and that
now you've got
goes...
this line, so you've got a square at the bottom, you see.
No.
Yep.
So that's
push them in.
Yeah, got it. Got it. Is that right?
That's it. You just need to...
No, see, those didn't fold. See, Anne makes it look so easy. There we go. Anne makes it look so easy, and it's not that easy. It does take a little bit of bending and stretching and pretending that I've got it right when I probably haven't.
You've got it absolutely fine.
Have I?
There we are.
Phew.
There we are. If we poke those
Those
down.
go down as well.
But it's easier if they're down, because you then got a flat bottom, and then you've got the lid.
I've got the lid.
There we are.
There. Goodness me, that's probably our most complicated craft for a long time.
Well, the thing is,
I like a bit of origami.
There's no glue, and then you can just use it. You could if you're giving somebody something, make some biscuits, couple of nice little biscuits in there. Put them in
cookies,
there. Some cookies, couple of cookies for people.
Or even just a little gift if you're going to give somebody something. And what's really nice is because we've been talking about presents and giving gifts, so that's why we thought we'd make a gift box today.
Decorate it. You can put some little gems on it. You can colour it.
Or you could just write on it with a Sharpie, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Pick some flowers and put on there.
So there we are. 2 gift boxes. If we had another one,
we'd have the 3.
Gold, frankincense and myrrh.
Yeah. And I believe you've got a song about it, haven't you? But it's
a
slightly easier one than normally. We try and do three kings.
Easier.
So we're going to sing a nice song.
We are. Are you ready to sing?
I think so.
Okay, let's get our craft put away.
Yep.
Right then, Anne, so you'll know the tune. Do you remember 3 Blind Mice? 3 blind mice.
Yep, I think
3 blind mice.
Yep, okay.
That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Pretty much. 3 wise men, 3 wise men, travelling afar, seeing a star. They found the Saviour in Bethlehem. They fell on their knees to worship him. Never before had there ever been a child like him. 3 wise men, 3 wise men, followed the star, followed it afar. They followed the star to Bethlehem, bowed down and worshipped the newborn king, gave gold and myrrh and frankincense to Jesus the King. It's a nice little song, and it says all the things that the carol We 3 Kings of Orient are sings.
And much simpler, yes.
Much simpler.
Very nice.
Much easier to sing,
Absolutely,
isn't it?
yes. Dead easy.
So, a little prayer, I think,
I
for
think
gifts and presents and visitors and the gift of Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shall I do that?
You do.
Go on, I'll do it. I'll do it with a snoring Bella.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's say a prayer. Dear God, we thank you for all the wonderful gifts that we had at Christmas, for all the gifts under the tree, for all the gifts of food and family. And we thank you also for this season of Christmas, when we can celebrate the gifts that Jesus was brought by the 3 wise men of gold, frankincense and myrrh, that tell us of what a wonderful king he was going to be, the Son of God and the man who died for all of us. And we'll end with a nice big Amen. You know, she might be noisy, but she's not nervous when we wave our arms
No, she
around,
isn't.
is she?
And
She's
Roxy,
very
well,
good.
just slept all the way through.
She is. And
Yeah.
now we're going to do our next one is going to be about more light, really, isn't it? Because we're going to do Candlemas. Candlemas.
Presentation of Christ in the
Yes.
temple.
So that's
Candlemas.
another gift, really, isn't it?
Absolutely,
It's
yes.
another
That's when
gift.
Mary and Joseph took the young child
Yeah.
into the temple. Yep, absolutely.
And there's
Lovely
lots of
service.
stories of that where
Yep.
people give, they gift their baby to God. Not
Yep.
they don't actually give it to God, but they gift it to
Yeah,
God.
absolutely.
So yes,
yeah.
that's an
Yeah.
important festival as well,
Absolutely,
isn't it?
yeah.
So we'll talk about that next
Next
time.
time.
More gifts. We'll have to make more gifting type presents.
Trying to think for something for that.
I've got something.
Oh, okay.
I've got something.
She's had an idea.
I have.
We can't wait. Let's see you
Bye
again.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.